Hi YouTube, my name is Kaiju Cooper and today we are going to take a look at the Hong Kong Battle Playmates figures. These are brand new and kind of just popped up out of nowhere. They're pretty good figures. I have both of the Hong Kong Battle editions and we're going to take a look at them. So starting off with the Kong that we get in the set. He looks pretty nice. His axe is actually a little off if we take a look at that. It's just brown with a little bit of pink. Would have been nice if they at least put pink on both sides. And the pink is on the inside, so, you know, it just looks brown whenever he does a different pose. Yeah, not much else to say about it. Oh, wait, no, there's plenty to say about that. We grab the normal Battle Axe Kong. You might notice that they have different heads. This is the Kong with fighter jet face, and this is the roaring Kong face. His eyes are a little different because I repainted him, but same comparison. You might also notice that the base coat of this figure is a lot lighter. He doesn't have the black skin tone that this guy has, but he still has the beard. Now, before we continue taking a look at him, I would like to take a look at his box. His packaging is the open window sort of thing. The Godzilla vs. Kong logo with Godzilla and Kong on their respective names. We have Hong Kong Battle Kong and nice neon lights there with the Monsterverse logo and the battle damage reveal. Blockbuster movie, Godzilla vs. Kong. That's a new thing that all the new figures seem to have. We have the logo again. We have Hong Kong Battle Kong with the Monsterverse logo. The bottom, nothing special. Logo, Playmates, ages 4 and up, blah, blah, blah. But the back is the most interesting. We have an early prototype of the figure here, which seems to have way more lighting, neon lighting on it than the actual figure itself. And the axe looks a lot glossier. For battle damage reveal, we have that again. And collect them all. We have Mecha Godzilla with Heave, Warbat with the Osprey, Godzilla with the Radio Tower. We also have the Hong Kong Battle Godzilla. He is going to be reviewed next. We have Skullcrawler with Heave. We have Kong with Fighter Jet. And here's the most exciting one of all of them. Godzilla Extreme with Fighter Jet. We don't know this guy's deal yet. Actually, I think the light is kind of screwing up the way you look at the packaging. There we go. Looks pretty nice. Kind of looks like the Battle Roar, but for people who say that, you can actually tell it isn't. One of the main things I see is that the head is not straight up. It seems to be curved to the side a little bit. Anyway, I'm going to get back to the toy and this toy review. Angle the camera a bit. I'd say the neon lighting looks amazing. Pretty fantastic on this figure. The pink and purple fade really nicely into the neon blue. And we actually have a little bit of blue lighting on the shoulders. At the sides. Nothing on the legs. And a little bit on his beard. You know, at the back it just looks like the normal Kong figure. So, yeah. And one bad thing you need to look out for with both of these figures, actually, paint chippage. This arm is fine, mostly, but when you move the joints, it starts chipping away at the paint. Pretty disappointing, but it's whatever. Axe, it's the same. Not much to say, it's just brown with a little pink on it. Out of the two, I'd say you should pick up this second one. Yeah. But let's finish with this guy first. As for articulation, we have a swivel at the base of the head, hinge out, swivel. Another hinge and another swivel. You can rotate his wrists. Can kick. He can move his knees outward. Looks a little weird, but he can. And you just swivel at the bottom of it. As for this figure itself, it looks amazing, but sadly there's also a few instances of paint chippage on him. And it seems to be a repaint of the Atomic Breath Godzilla, but it's also not a repaint. As you might notice that a lot of these guys' limbs are actually cast in translucent plastic. So he has a lot of translucent blue on him. If we actually look, the entire bottom of the tail is translucent blue. The tip fades into translucent blue. This looks really nice. The bottom of the feet are translucent blue. Okay, so hear me out. I figure that this figure, see what I did there? I stuttered so bad just now. But do you see what I did there? I think this figure was cast entirely translucent blue, and all the pink highlights and black were added. The head is also like purely translucent blue, so you don't get to see his eyes at all. No teeth either. If we pull up the Radio Tower Godzilla. But yeah, pretty nice looking figure. And he comes with an Atomic Breath accessory, which I actually did not get because I got Radio Tower Godzilla. And this does fit in Radio Tower Godzilla's bulbous face. But it does look better with this guy. Simply open up his mouth and shove that in. I'm not going over the box because it's mostly the same. And what the heck. Might as well. Hong Kong Battle Godzilla, blockbuster movie, MonsterVerse, battle damage reveal. And if we go on the back, we see yeah, it looks pretty much the same. Bottom jaw's fully blue on this prototype, but whatever. One thing I forgot to go over is the battle damage. So we're going to go over on that with Kong before we get to Godzilla. Nice chunk out of the arm. And this actually covers up the joint pretty well. So, yeah. Anyway, this figure has a not swivel at the head. It looks like it, but it does not swivel. We got to take out the Atomic Breath. He's a hinge joint at the jaw, which very little Godzilla figures that are like this have that. So I'm actually pleasantly surprised by that. We have swivels at each of his arms. We have a swivel at each of the legs. The feet look like they can swivel. It's like a little bit of side-to-side movement. Nothing on the other one. And we have a ball joint at the tail, which you have to connect on. And yeah, this figure is pretty nice overall. And oops, we're just gonna do some size comparisons next to the other figures. And before we do that, let's pop in his Atomic Breath. And boop. The Atomic Breath looks pretty good. And Playmates is releasing at least 2 variants of their title monsters. They scale pretty well. Now, in some of the shots in the trailer, it actually does look like Kong is taller, but it's mostly because Godzilla's a little hunched over. Godzilla is actually just slightly taller than King Kong. Anyway, here they are next to the movie monster series Anguirus. Here they are next to Radio Tower Godzilla and Battle Axe Kong. Here they are next to Rodan from Jack's Pacific. Oops. He has a bit of trouble standing up. And here they are next to Jakks Pacific King Ghidorah figure. Oops. This guy also has trouble standing up, so I'm just going to hold him. Here he is next to the Jakks Pacific Mothra. She can't stand, like, at all. So, yeah. She's tiny. And a teaser for the next review. Here we have the Warbat with the Osprey. And finally, probably the most exciting figure out of all of these, and the one that's also going to be in the next review, Godzilla. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. And I hope you enjoyed this review of the brand new Hong Kong Battle Godzilla vs. King Kong figures. If you're excited for the movie, I don't care!